welcome to Botches Off-Road, and I'm back, everybody.
He's
I know
back!
You missed me last week, but I'm back.
From outer space.
Man, it feels like I've been gone a lot longer than a week.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, you went on deployment. They kept calling you back to Firewatch.
No, I did not. Everybody, I did not get deployed.
Yes.
I am no longer.
I
am done doing
He
that.
got deployed to the Space Force. He did his quick tour.
Oh my god.
He can only do so much because of the amount of radiation that they give him, so...
Yeah, it's how fat I am
Yeah.
now. I can only handle like short terms.
Yeah, short terms of radiation, and then they had to push him
Yep.
back. They said he took it all.
Man, I don't even know because I missed last week's recap. I know Mark kind of talked about it.
Well, I'm sure you
Yeah.
listened to it, right?
Honestly, just enough to edit it.
Oh my god! Do you hear that?
So like, you know,
Our own host doesn't listen to our podcasts.
I usually do, dude. It's been a busy week.
Oh my gosh! This
I haven't plugged my Zune into sync since before I went to Indiana.
well, you're not supposed to plug it into sinks. It's bad for them. Like, you got that? Everyone got that?
yeah,
all right.
yeah, we all got it.
All right. Well, so what's new? I mean, why have you been so busy? Because all I've heard is excuses. So you better start thinking of something good.
Well, I bought a truck,
Okay.
so I mean, that's kind of been taking up some time because I bought a really expensive truck that wasn't perfect.
A Rivian.
Because buying a diesel under
Oh.
20 grand is really fucking hard.
Yeah. Care
Like,
to explain
you can
what it was? Like,
so yeah, I mean, the Forerunners broke. I'll get into that in the hour because that's a whole story. It's a funny story, but it's a whole story. The Forerunners broke and I needed a daily. So I happened to talk to my bank and they're like, "Yeah, no, we'll give you money if you want to go get a vehicle." And I'm like, "Hell yeah."
free.
And basically that I have to pay back for the next
I
6
don't
years.
have to pay it back at all either.
So so I got online and I was looking. I specifically want a 6.7 diesel. I've had lots of 7.3s. They're amazing trucks. I do not want a 6.0. I do not want a 6.4. My particular bank would have financed me on anything. They didn't care how old it was. So if I wanted to go get a 7.3, I could go get an OBS. But I couldn't find one that wasn't garbage for the money I had because I only had 17 grand.
Dude, I think I would just sit behind your exhaust and like lay down in a sun chair just to smell and hear the 7.3. Ah,
Dude, listen.
dude.
I love the way a 7.3
Cold
sounds.
start. Oh man, that's just nostalgia. And you have farms around you, so I get to smell like poop and 7.3 diesel. And oh dude, that just brings me back.
The 6.7 sounds as good, if not better, than the 7.3.
6.7?
Like, yes, it's insane. Whereas you haven't. Oh yeah, the whole 6.7.
That's why I went like that earlier. She kept doing it, and I'm like 6. It just kept popping up in my head. It's stupid, guys. It's stupid.
So stupid. Brain rot. Gavin's got brain rot. We know.
Yeah, been there, done that. But no, I have not seen it yet. I saw one picture of it. You gave me one picture. No interior, no engine bay. He's just like, if you want to see it,
entice you to come over.
I'm going to come over in my new car, which we'll talk about later after you talk about everything that you have been into.
But yeah, so we drove down to Indiana, and I had like, what, 6 trucks lined up to look at, Mark, something like that. I had a bunch.
Yeah, I know you had 2 the day we went, but then we ended up seeing a bunch of other trucks that same day because they were there.
Well, I had more than that. Lined up, but by the time that we looked at that last dealership, I was done driving because we were like 6 hours, 4.5, 5 hours from home at that point.
Yeah.
But had been in the car for 6 hours because
6 to 7 hours.
we went roundabout.
Right.
Oh my god. So first we went to Warsaw, Indiana, which is where the Slate factory is, by the way. We did not go find it because we were very cranky. And I'd called ahead. They had a 2018 F2. No, that was an F250. Illuma Duty, so it wouldn't rust, which is what I wanted. Beautiful looking truck in photos. And I called ahead. I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure this thing runs good. You know, I'm driving it about 4.5 hours home. And they're like, yeah, everything's great. We get down there, turn the key, truck doesn't start. So we jump start it. Truck starts with an engine, engine power reduced warning.
Yeah. Slowing down the exhaust.
Regen disabled. Yeah, regen disabled. Basically every warning telling me that the DEF system had failed and it was going to be like a $5,000 to $10,000 repair. Yeah. Or I delete it. But that's saying that it was then going to run right, because who knows what else was wrong with the truck. I couldn't drive it over 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So while we were there, they had a Duramax that, when I say this truck's identical to my dad's, I mean same color, same body, same size, identical to my dad's truck. So we drove that, and the Duramax was all right. The interior was pretty roached. It made a lot of rattling and clonking, and but driveline wise, it seemed fine. Had 128,000 miles on it, which told me that within the next 40 to 60,000 miles, it was going to cost me about 12 to 14 grand in a rebuild. So we get inside, and I asked, what do you have on the Duramax? Like, what price? And he's like, we're asking 19.5, and I'm like, oh, we can't even negotiate this. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I was thinking like 10. And he's like, you're crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy, because it's got these issues, and I know it's going to need this much money in a short period of time. So we walk outside, and the dealer comes chasing us out. I can talk to my boss. Maybe I can get him to go down that low just to move it. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to do that, because 1, I'm not looking for a Duramax. 2, I don't want you to come down that low, because I know you're going to sell it to someone who knows nothing about the truck for $19. I don't want to see you guys screw yourself out of money.
I don't know, that was a noble thing to do, but if he was also willing to bring it down to 10, and he had it,
he's going to talk to his boss,
right? But even then,
that's the negotiating tactic. So we probably would have came to like 15 as the lowest.
Yeah,
and I wasn't willing to pay 15 for it.
It just speaks to how bad they fucking mark some of this stuff up. I guarantee you, because I bought my FJ for 18.5.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they marked that up probably.
Oh, yeah.
8K.
So
I don't know.
Then I called the dealer that we went to next, and I was like, we're going to look at a 2011 F350. Yeah. Which from pictures, it looked all right. It had a couple dings, nothing crazy, but then we were asking like 14. Mm-hmm. So I called, and I'm like, I just got to make sure this thing runs good, because this one I just looked at was garbage. And he's like, yeah, no, everything's great. We get down there, start this thing up, and looking it over, like it had issues. I'm not saying it was perfect by any means. We started up, starts up. Me and Mark go to put our seatbelts on.
Yeah.
And they don't move. They are completely seized all the way in. Like, you could strum the seatbelts like a guitar string.
Yeah. Pretty much seemed like someone pulled it all the way out, ratcheted it back in, and decided not to release it.
So I pull it around to the office, and as I'm doing that, I mentioned to Mark how it feels like it has no fucking power.
Yeah.
So then we pop the hood, and I turn the oil cap over, and the oil cap won't even sit on the oil fill. It just levitates because the blowback was so bad. Like, the blow-by was, I've never seen a Ford diesel with that much blow-by. Mm-hmm. Then I looked at the oil cap, and it was completely coated in coolant.
Yeah.
So I pointed this out to the seller, and he's like, well, I can go down to 5 or 6. And I'm like, dude, I can't buy a $5,000 or $6,000 truck, drive it all the way back to Michigan, and then spend 15 grand to have it rebuilt.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, I'm 20 grand into a truck that's worth 14.
Yeah, that's just like, and your experience there really just kind of pushed how much I hate dealerships and how shifty a lot of them. Like, there are some, I wouldn't even say there are some good ones. There are some that are better than others.
Yeah.
But, dude, they're so shifty.
I'm a firm believer in buying private. The only reason I was going to dealerships this time is that I was only, they were only going to give me 12 for a private sale or 17 for a dealership sale.
Right.
So I was I it's the only way I could get a semi decent 6.7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
I didn't even do it, dude. I'm innocent.
So then we're like just kind of looking around, and I'm like, you know what? Let me think that over, the $5,000 deal. And I'm like, let me drive that Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. I've just always wanted to drive one. I wasn't gonna buy the damn thing because I had it in my head that I wanted a 3/4 ton or 1 ton pickup, you know. Mm-hmm. So we get in this little 1/2 ton Eco Diesel, and I get out on the road and I floor it, and the thing ran fine. Like, don't get me wrong, it did seem to run fine. Just there's no power to those trucks. Like, it's ridiculous how underpowered they are. So we kind of go down the road a little bit, come back, and I'm like, yeah, we're just going to have to pass, you know. And I pop the hood on that one and take the oil cap off, and it like, I don't even know that it was blow-by that caused it, but somehow the oil cap came out of my hand and went flying across the engine bay to Mark.
Yeah.
Don't know what caused it. Yeah, so I told the dealer, you know, I'm just going to have to pass. He's like, well, I have another one that someone's test driving right now. When they get back, why don't you go drive that and see how it is? I'm asking a little bit more for it, but, you know, it might be up your alley. So those people get back. We pop the hood. This one's tuned and deleted. First tuned and deleted truck we'd found all day. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal because on modern diesels, they have this god-awful emission system that no matter which one I bought would be the first thing to get ripped off. But, I mean, it's a Lariat. It has a nice interior. It's leather. It's got heated seats. Kind of. They're aftermarket, but they're there. It's got remote start. You know, it's got all the features you would want out of a newer pickup. And it's a 2014. So, like, pretty much every feature you could want in 2014 is in this truck. Engine bay looked clean. Oil was clean. Everything was good. Both cooling systems, the coolant was where it was supposed to be, so there were no coolant leaks. I think there is one, but it's not a bad one, so I can ignore it. So I mean, going through it, the thing looked fine, you know. So then we get in, we go for a drive, and the very first bump, we hear the thunk, and then the next bump, the thunk, and then the next bump, the thunk, the thunk. So we turn around, come back to the dealership, and I lay under the truck and just have Mark start shaking the hell out of this truck so I can find what's loose. And the dealer walks out to Mark just shaking the shit out of this truck. And I'm going, that cab mount's bad. That cab mount's bad. Which, it's not uncommon. Super Duties use a really cheap rubber. The rubber rots out. Cab mount's bad, you know?
Yeah.
So I bought some silicone cab mounts that I still have yet to put in. So it still goes to the thunk over every bump. But
God, dude, you know dealerships hate to see you coming. You know, as soon as that guy saw Mark shaking that truck, he was like, fuck.
He was asking $19,900 for this thing.
Yeah.
Like plus taxes and fees. And we get inside and I'm like, you're not gonna like my offer. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the absolute most I can offer you, like out the door, taxes and fees included, is $16,900.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I can't do that. And I'm like, okay, let's skip the negotiating tactic here. You're going to accept my offer anyway. So rather than giving me this whole bullshit and trying to get me to raise it, $16,900 is the max I can do. And he's like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. So you sold him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always think I do well in dealerships, and then I get out and I'm like, dude, did I get shafted? I mean, they got this shit to an art. Like,
yeah.
When I got the FJ, to be fair, for market price, $18,000 for 100,000 mile FJ, completely rust free. That was actually fair. So,
I'm like 7,000 or 8,000 under market value for a 200,000 mile 2014.
Yeah, I wasn't under. I wasn't, super over. I mean, other people might debate that, but everything worked on the truck. Everything was, absolutely perfect. There was not a speck of rust on it. They didn't try coating it or anything. It was just bare metal. And it had 100,000 miles on it. And there wasn't interior was absolutely immaculate. It actually came from a guy in Newaygo who went up there, traded it in for something else, which is funny. I wish I could find that guy and talk to him, but yeah, I mean, for 18.5, no, I didn't get ripped off necessarily, but I also didn't understand the market value of like Toyotas at the time.
Yeah.
I just knew that this was one of my dream trucks, and was like,
they went up after you bought it too.
Yeah. I mean, it went up. I mean, I've depreciated it, if anything. You know, obviously from driving it.
Yeah.
Shitty mods, you know, with my skill level, but I don't care because once I get this paid off in a year, I'm gonna drive it until it literally breaks in half. So I don't really care. It's gonna be mine forever. But no, I mean, but otherwise, like when Sienna picked up the CRV, I feel like we got shafted on that a little, but because we were looking at like 2011 RAV4s with 260,000 miles on it, rusted brakes, like cloth seats, base model, were all fucking ripped up. Thing looked janky. And this guy wanted like $16K for it. I'm like, there's no way that you're gonna get $16K out of me for this. And we went back and forth, and I realized that I was just not gonna be able to get Sienna what she wanted out of a car from a pre-used like lot.
Yeah,
because like, so I mean, I don't know. I am super skeptical of those guys, and Sienna's dad has gotten ripped off of more times than not. Like his Buick is on its third engine, and
you didn't buy that from Nuevo Auto Sales, did you?
No, he bought it from like Big Rapids or somewhere over there, but a Buick dealership used. But that's not surprising coming from Nuevo Auto Mall either.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really been ripped off at a dealer. I've only bought a handful of cars. My Jeep I bought at a dealership. My Mustang I bought at a dealership, and then this truck. Everything else I bought private party.
Yeah, I mean, I bought everything else private party. The FJ was the first one that I bought from a dealership, and immediately regretted it. Not because I didn't like the truck, but it's just, to me, maybe it's my tax bracket, but spending $19,000 on a vehicle was daunting. It was like, I was like, I couldn't even fathom the amount of money, the amount of time, like that it would take to pay it off. Like, I'm like 6 years.
I just spent the most I have ever spent on anything. This includes my house that I had in Big Rapids. And I'm just now starting to get over it, and I haven't even made a payment on it yet.
Oh, yeah, dude. My first month was bliss until I started thinking about the $500 and like $50 payments. And then
Jesus, dude, what the hell? Mine's only like $370 something.
Well, I also had like absolute dog shit credit and no history. So
I have no history and pretty dog shit credit.
I was about to say,
I'm coming off of 7 years of not being able to do anything credit wise because I was so in the hole 7 years ago, and I just ignored it for 7 years and watched everything fall off.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm in the process of letting some stuff happen. But like, no, I mean mine was at like mid to high fives. Like,
okay, mine's higher than that.
Oh yeah, dude, I was like just barely touching 6, and or I think it was at like 612 maybe, something like that. Anyway, it was not good, and it was the highest I've ever had it because as a dude, I was always used to buying private. I never planned on like buying a house really.
Oh, dude, I financed so much private party stuff though.
Yeah, but like I never wanted anything to do with credit cards or debt.
Yeah.
So like I always paid everything in cash. If I couldn't save up for it, then I didn't buy it. Like,
yeah.
So, and then once I met Sienna, and I'm like, man, I want to have a life with her. I was like, shit. I have to have credit to buy a house. So we were looking at houses, and they're like, you have nothing. Like, nothing. Like, you have no history. You don't even have a card. And I was like, no, I don't have a card. She's like, well, you need something to buy a house. So that's when I was like, so yeah.
No, you don't need something to buy a house. You just save up 15 grand while you're in the army, and then go buy a $15,000 house, and then spend 2 years spending all of your money to fix up said $15,000 house, and then ultimately sell it to your mom for money that you owe her, and then watch your little sister burn it to the ground. It works great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think I could find a $15,000 house that I could live in and fix it.
Yeah, you can live in it and fix it. You just have to strip it down to studs in every room except for one, like I did, and then live with no water for 3 months. And only one working outlet. It's great, man.
At that point, I would just go camping. Because
it's like
the
camping.
Same thing.
It's like camping, except you're in a really drafty building in the middle of winter. It's fantastic.
Open floor model. But hey, we've talked about Alex. Alex, do you have anything else to add before we move on to Mark? Because we need a Mark update.
We do, especially Saturday.
Yeah. So, Mark, let's hear it. What's going on, man? Tell us the news.
Well, I wish to have good
a
news.
Mark truck update.
I was about to say, I wish I had news about the truck, but it's still being worked on as today.
Yeah. So I talked to the mechanic today, because I handle this stuff for Mark because he works. He doesn't have the ability to handle it while he's at work the way I do. And all mechanics close before he gets out of work.
Yeah.
But I did hear from the mechanic today. I heard from the mechanic today. They were getting injectors today and pulling the truck in tomorrow.
Okay.
So
maybe it'll be done tomorrow.
Hopefully. It's going to be expensive. This is a really expensive repair.
Yeah. That said, I have about dumped about half the amount I owe on the truck in this last couple months on this thing, so.
Yeah, that's scary.
And the thing is that even if we hadn't tried to fix it ahead of time, it would have costed the same, because the cost is them doing the same job we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. But on the upside, soon you'll have a truck, and it's just money. It's just papers. Just like this stupid paper that everybody decided to agree on that it's worth something.
Yeah, but he was supposed to spend that money on long travel.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Now he can travel long distances. So at the same time,
with cruise control.
At the same time, you're still getting long travel. So and you don't,
and you'll have cruise control.
Yeah, and in the middle of trail rides, your truck won't randomly shut down, and we'll need to clear your code so that you can get going again. You got to think, the upside is that you'll have a truck that runs. All right. That's the downside is you burned a little green paper and dude, it's
I burned a little too much green paper this weekend though.
Yeah. No, that's horrible, man.
So, yeah, if you want to talk about why my cab mounts aren't done, Mark.
Oh, we had multiple things going on, and I know.
But we were getting ready to go do them.
Yeah,
we were changing to go do the cab mounts.
Yeah, so we're getting changed, getting ready to get done working. We're working on stuff for the day. I set my phone down, and all I see is half the screen black and half the screen whatever it was on the screen at the time. The next thing I know, it's black, and I go to turn it on, it wouldn't turn on. I did everything to turn it on, and it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, fuck. And the funny thing was, I don't know. I just set the phone down and just decided, like, hey, I'm done. Bye.
Wow.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Dude, Mark, who did you piss off? Because someone came after you.
Well, no, I've had this phone for 4 to 5 years now. It has survived.
We've been telling Mark.
It has survived a dip in the water with me.
Over a year, we've been saying, Mark, you need a new phone.
Yeah,
I get it, dude. My phone, if it doesn't literally fucking shatter. I mean, I've used mine with shattered glass, like picked up phone calls and gotten like pieces of glass in my ear or a piece of glass in my finger from scrolling or something. Playing Fruit Ninja with a shattered screen, something like that. But,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I won't buy it unless it's dead. It's just not worth it to me.
But the other thing has been is that the work I deal with sand all the time, so it was sandblasted from all the sand that's been in the pockets. Yeah. I've been trying to find a phone that was like, I hate to spend a lot of money just for it to get ruined.
Yeah,
I've been trying to figure out what to do.
Indestructible cases.
It wasn't an indestructible case.
Well,
it was in one.
For lasting 4 or 5 years, that's pretty damn good, honestly, for what you do.
Oh.
And it was just an A-series phone. Like, it wasn't like it was a nice phone, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the phone's behind you. You want to show them the state of the case and everything behind you there, Alex? Show Gavin.
Yeah, so it's, this is the case.
Yeah.
The case is pretty rough. It's missing a bunch of pieces.
Yeah.
I can't...
It had a little fingerprint scanner on the power button. And on the case, it was pretty much a rubber condom.
Yeah.
So that's the back of the phone itself. It's full of cracks where the battery is swelling.
Yeah.
Mark thought it was from a metal like phone mount.
I had the phone mount, and when I went to remove them, it was starting to show cracks around where the plate was at the time.
Well, currently the battery is swelling around that spot.
Well,
so
maybe that's what it was. Is your battery swelled and fucked up your screen? Ooh. You charged it too much and it grew. That's exactly.
Sadly, that's the one that you can't get to the battery or replace it. So I wouldn't even know it was swelling that bad.
Yeah. So damn, you got your truck down, your phone down. Anything else went down, dude? We gotta have you take you to Sienna's grandma so she could rub you with an egg and get all the bad juju off of you, because you did something to someone. They're pissed. You know, you cut someone's fiber cable when you were digging around or something. They haven't had internet for months.
It's that phone line you dug out of the ground, Mark.
Yeah, I was using that. Oh, dude. Well, for me, I'll do my short one for the next couple minutes. I had some repairs. We talked about in the last episode my U-joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, did you?
Okay, so yeah, we had the U-joint. And then we took everything off the roof. That was pretty dope. And then I hardwired my new WeBoost antenna on, finally. They sent it to me this winter, and I just did not want to do it in the snow and take video and stuff, so...
Yeah, we had a pretty cold winter, so it would have been hard.
Yeah.
You made a reel that had ridiculously loud music?
Yeah, I struggled with that, because I made it all on my phone. And when I had my headphones on, it sounded like one thing, and I had my headphones off, it didn't, so... It was crazy. But anyway, I made it. They thanked me. I feel better now. And then we've been thinking about trying to get Sienna a new car, and we talked to her family member who's got a couple hundred of them or something. I don't know. He's got a shit ton of cars, and he wanted our truck, so he offered a trade. So we ended up trading the 94 for a 2007 Saab 9.3 that runs and drives. It's got a little oil leak. It's got a little power steering fluid leak, but it runs, drives, goes 75 easily, and doesn't break. The only other thing that we got to change out on it is maybe tires, do brakes, because it's been sitting for like 4 years in his barn. It looked like a true barn find. We got it out, and it was dusty like a barn find.
Did it have a green army tarp over it?
No.
And a letter in the glove box.
I wish. Yeah, no. But also we have to do an ECM relocation on it, because those ECUs like to burn because they put them right on the engine for some reason. So we got to move that.
Dude, I just did an ECU in my sister's Impala, and let me tell you, GM picks the worst possible places to put those things.
Yeah.
Like, my sister's is inside the airbox, So, think about where air comes into a car, right?
Yeah.
Wheel well usually, right?
Mhm.
So it's in the bottom of the air box. So the water comes in the wheel well and then settles on top of the ECU.
Oh,
That's how it cools.
real smart.
That's why it doesn't need fins, because the water
I
cools it.
I poured like almost a 12-ounce bottle of water out of this ECU when I pulled it out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, so we have to do a relocation, which basically just puts a heat shield under it and raises it up an inch or two, and that supposedly fixes the problem. So we'll get to that. That's about $85. Other than that, tires, brakes, and I'm just gonna ignore the power steering leak, and we're just gonna keep filling that up. It's good. So as we were pulling that out, and a battery, if I didn't say that, but as we were pulling that out, he said, "How about a double deal?" And my ears perked up. He has a Saab 9.3 Aero, which is the V6 turbocharged, and
Sadly, not a Subaru.
no, but that's also in really good condition, and the Aeros are pretty nice. And he wants to trade that for the 89 that we have sitting in the woods. And I was like, that's fine. I was just gonna throw it in the scrapyard anyway, because it's too far gone to try to do anything with. So we're getting two Saabs. The Saab 9.3 that Sienna's got, the Saab 9.3 Aero, which is a V6, which is why I'm getting it, even though it's blue and I don't like blue that much. But just because I want something faster than my truck. And we have a parts car Saab 9.3 in our yard anyway, so anything that our cars need, there's parts sitting in the yard for it. And yeah, so that's a good trade. And what else? I cut my son's hair, and he looks like a prisoner that escaped from a Russian death camp.
Hell yeah.
It's absolutely horrible. He kept bugging me and bugging me about a haircut, and I cut the sides. His hair on the top was long. I trimmed it a little bit. It looked real good. And as I was trying to get all the little hairs on his side, he turned his head, and I buzzed right up the top of his head, and so now he's got like 1 inch hair, and it's just like his dad's. So it just pokes straight up, and he's got little wisps of long hair here and there. And he got to a point where he just wouldn't stop moving, and I gave up. And Sienna's like sitting there kind of laughing, and I'm like, no, I'm mad. I just made my kid look like he escaped Auschwitz, and I'm so upset.
Do you remember when it was time for Jax to get a haircut? We asked him what he wanted, and he said, "I want hair like Mark's."
Yeah,
Mark had shaved his head.
Oh, Jesus.
We shaved Jaxie's head. His dad was fucking pissed.
Yeah. No, people said they're like, well, you should just shave his head now. And I'm like, no. Like, I absolutely loved my son's hair. I just wanted it a little shorter. Like, it was getting too long. It was kept getting in his face. It was obviously annoying him. I just wanted it a little bit shorter, and then I buzzed it all off. And I've never been emotional over hair of my own, but watching his get shut, like, just like fall to the floor, and then him ruining his own hair, I was like, I was irate, dude. I was like, I need a break. I need to go smoke because I'm pissed. So now my kid has a stupid buzz cut, and it looks horrible. And Easter is this weekend, so I'm gonna be finding him one of those little Easter hats or something.
Bring him over. I'll fix the buzz cut. I'll make it look good.
There's no fixing it. It's buzzed. You can't do anything with it anymore, except cut more.
Buzz cuts don't look bad.
Yeah, they do.
You just got to make sure it's cut evenly.
Yeah, it's great. With our hair, buzz cuts are not good. Anything short haired looks shitty. So there's no fixing that, because every time you take a shower, it just, because our hair, when it's like this short, it literally stands straight up like this, and it looks.
That's how mine used to be before I lost it.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I don't know. I thought about getting him a toupee because it's really depressing, but we'll be fine.
All right, you guys ready to move on over to the hour?
Yeah. I'm gonna go cry real quick. See you later, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.